Hi guys, this is Angel from PRDV Entertainment. Welcome back! We started with a new chapter on Microsoft Visual Basic. Now in this tutorial, it's going to be really simple. So we're just going to be talking how to work with labels and how to work with text boxes and the properties that we have. Now I'm not going to be talking about all the properties, just some of them only. Now, first of all, on the left panel, we have the bunch of tools that we can use on our form. Now, I'm just going to search here for the label. Now, the label, what it does is that you can put like different type of text that you need the person to view on your program when they're running the software. So in this case, we have our first label. Now on the properties here, you can change the text. Now you need to watch out because one thing is the text and one thing is the name, which almost always put the same text into it. Okay, so in here on the text, which is the one that we have in here, is the value that it has right now. So we're going to change that text from label 1 to full name. And we hit enter and we get our options. Let me close this a little bit, it's too large. Okay, so now as you can see, oh, my bad, I put it on the form. No, I put it on the label. There we go. So now you can see that the text has full name as a value. Now one thing is the value and one thing is the name. Now the name is what it represents the object on the form or on the module or whatever it is that you're working on your program. In this case, we're working on a form and we have the label on the form. So this is going to be represented by label 1. In this case, I want to change it, so I'm just going to put LBL full name. Now from here, I can remember what name this object has. So if I want to search from another form, I can just search and tell them like form1 dot lbl underscore full name dot text, and from there I can do whatever code I want. Now let's copy another one. I'm going simple and easy. If I'm going too fast, just go back and watch the video again so you can understand what are we doing here. But I'm trying to go as simple as I can. Okay, so now we have two labels with the same value. Now in the first, we have the name that represents the object as LBL underscore full name. But as you can see on the second one, it says label 1. It can say label 1, label 2. It depends on how many labels you have. In this case, as there is no label that's called label 1, then it puts the name to this object as label 1. So I'm going to put here LBL, oh my god, show. I'm just going to put show. That's a simple name that I just give to the label just to know which label I'm working with. Now we're going to use the text box. Now the text box, you're going to be using a lot of these because this is what you use to give to the user a way to insert text if needed for something on the program. So in this case, we need the user to input their name inside this text box. When they input their name, it's going to take that name and it's going to be the value that it's going to have for that text box. So in this case, I'm going to put the name of this one txt underscore full name. So it's going to be represented by txt underscore full name, so I know that this is the name that represents the object. Now in here, over here on text, I can add some text to it. I can put here, write down your name. Okay. Now I can do it like this, or I can just create a tooltip. So when they put the mouse on top of it, it can say also write down your name. I'm not going to enter into that. So you can put here text if you want by default, but let's leave it in blank because we need the person to put whatever text is that you want. So now let's continue with the second text box. Let's copy this one and the same as the label. It has a different name. It doesn't assign the same name. You cannot have objects with the same name on one form, on one place. It won't let you. Now here, let's put this in this one, txt show name. So this is the name that's going to represent my second text box. Now I'm going to put a button right here. Let's put on the text. Let's put here copy name information. There we go. So inside this button right here, we're going to put our code. So just double click on it, and let me delete all this. Double click on it, and you get the private sub for this object, which is where you're going to code it, where you're going to put your code of whatever it is that you want the button to do. In our case, we want that whatever is inserted here on the first text box is going to be copied on the second one. So in this case, we're going to tell them that the txt show full show name dot text, because we need the text inside. We need it needs to be the value what is going to change. From here, we're telling that this box is going to be equal to the first text box, which is the txt full name dot text, whatever value it has inside. So let's hit run so you can see how it looks. So here we're going to put my name. It's going to be Angel Rivera, and as you can see, it copies the name to the second box. Now there's another way that you can also use this, is using your labels. So let's erase this right here, and let's say that I don't want to use the text box. I want to delete also the label. So I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to put here for the text, I'm going to leave it in blank. Now I'm going to put on the name LBL show full name. Oh, my bad, you cannot put minus sign. LBL show full name. So from here, let's go into the bottom row once again, and let's tell them that the LBL show full name, which is the object that we want to work with right now, dot text is going to be equal to quotes. In this case, we're telling that it's going to have string inside before the value of the text box. So it's going to be your name is space, just to give it a little space right there. Oh my god. Your name is space plus the text box, which is txt full name dot text, which you are telling him, you're telling the software here that this label is going to put on the text inside as the value. Your name is plus whatever name is entered into the text box. So if we click here on run, and we put here my name once again, Angel Rivera. Your name is Angel Rivera. Your name is Jose Gonzalez. So whatever it is that you want to do, you need to be sure what exactly is that you're doing. You can do so many stuff when it comes to coding in a program. It depends on the ideas that you want, what exactly is that you want it to do. So we have different options. Now, let's say that I want to put the text box to be clear, to be blank as soon as you hit the button. So we just need to tell him that the text box, which is the name that it has, txt full name dot text, is equal to quotes nothing else, no space, no nothing. It's going to tell them that the value is basically blank, 0. So as soon as it hits the button right there, it's going to copy it to the label and it's going to clear the text box. Now, Let's say that you want to disable the text box when you hit the button, so the person cannot edit the name once again. Well, the way to do that, you can do it also txt underscore full name dot enabled is equal to false. So it's not going to be enabled anymore. Angel Rivera. And from there, as you can see, it disables the text box so nobody can just enter anything anymore. This property right here about enable as false or true, you have it also on your properties over here on your right panel. So if you search for it, you will see it. Text box is around here. Here it is. Enable. It is enabled by default. So in this case, we're just disabling it by telling this going to be false. Now, one more thing that I want to show you, if you want to give it probably on a pop-up window that tells a message, and let's say there's going to be the same thing that we have right here, we can just tell them like, let's take this out. Let's put here message box quotes. Your name is plus the text box, which is the name that represents the text box that you want to show the value. So in this case, it's going to pop up a message window, which is going to same the name. Let's hit the run. Let's put here Angel Rivera. And we get the pop-up window telling your name is Angel Rivera, blah, 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 or whatever it is that you have coded. If it has some more text or not, or if it has another text box and you want to add it, or labels or other type of values from variables or from other objects. Like I told you, there is so much that you can do when it comes to coding. So I think I'm done at least for this tutorial. On the second tutorial of the Microsoft Visual Basic, we'll start working basically what we do with the booleans in the UE, in the Unreal Engine. In this case, right here on Visual Basic, is the codes that we're going to be using is if, else, and if, else if also. So in this way we can compare if it's true or not. Then if it's true, I want you to do this, and if it's not true, I want you to do that. Now there's so many options when it comes to using the if coding on programming. It has so many things that you can do. So second tutorial, we're going to be talking only about that because I need you to understand the simple things that we can use and we can have so much advantage, over it. Well, probably I'm going to be on the week hitting a live stream. Probably I'm going to just be chatting. I'm just going to be on the market of UE, verifying like all the free things that we can get there so we can start using it for the next tutorials of the Unreal Engine. Now for the Unreal Engine, the next tutorial that I'm going to upload for tomorrow is going to be about the event graph, only about the event graph. I do not have any tutorial talking about the event graph, and we're going to be talking about everything that it has and about the variables and how we can use those variables to take more advantage that we have never done on the Unreal Engine. We can do so much that we still don't know. I'm going to show you guys on that tutorial how you can actually use those variables, those options at full max to take all the potential you can from the Unreal Engine and put it at best for your game. Well guys, I think I'm done on this tutorial. I hope to see you on the next one. Put a comment below, message me, email me. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm checking out all the comments. I'm answering everyone. Nothing. Any doubts? You know where to find me. This is Angel from PRDV Entertainment. Hit the like and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Bye guys.